In the previous session, we have seen various types of relational model concepts, constraints, primary key, foreign key, and now we are going to see some of the technical things related to the databases, how we can start with a database. And in the previous session, we have seen how we can get started with the MS SQL Server database as well, where we can how we installed it and we can write some queries. But now, before writing any queries, we will try to understand what are the different types of SQL statement which we need to understand, where we are going to see data definition language and data manipulation language. What is it, and how we can what are the different types of SQL statements. The very first thing is SQL statements are used for interacting with entities, attributes, and tuples. That means whatever the tables, like we have seen, entities are mapping to tables, attributes are mapping to columns, and tuples are mapping with the rows with the data values. So whatever the data which is available in the table, that is nothing but tuples, and that is what we have seen. And for this, we need to write SQL statements to get the data from table to create the tables. And for that, we do have two types of SQL statement. One is a data definition language, and the other one is a data manipulation language. Let's try to see this one by one. When it comes to data definition language, these are the statements which are used to define, change, or drop a database. That means whenever we have a database created, we do need to create some tables, and for this there are some common detail statement which are used to create tables and its column. Then second is alter, used for altering tables, include adding and dropping columns and modifying their data types. There is another truncate as well, which is used to delete the data from the table but not the entire table. Drop is used for deleting the table directly. So these are the different types of DDL statement, mainly to understand that these DDLs are data definition language, which are used to define, creating, or changing, or dropping a database. Now, data manipulation language. So this is something which is more related to the data, where these are used to read and modify the data in tables. And this is generally referred as CRUD, that means create, read, update, and delete operations. Now, what are the different DDL statements? The first one is insert, which is used to insert a row or many rows in a table. So once we have the table created, we need to insert some data in that. So for that, this insert statement is used. Select is once the data is inserted, we need to show the data from the table or read the data from the table. For that, we use select. Update, for updating the data in a table, we need to use update statement. We do have a delete statement where we can remove some of the rows or a single row from the data of a table. So that is something which is we can do with this delete statement. In summary, we have seen types of SQL statement, DDL statement, and DML statement. So these are very important to understand, and these are the basic or starting point for getting started with the practically on database queries, and we must understand DML and DDL statements very well. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in next session.